Supreme Court asks Ministry of Home Affairs to get reports on 8 states of attack on Christians.
According to a report
by Live Law,
the Supreme Court gave the Ministry of Home Affairs 2 months to submit the report on the attack from these 8 states: Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Haryana, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Karnataka and Jharkhand on steps taken on alleged attacks on Christians. A bench of Justices Chandrachud and Hima Kohli asked MHA to have state chief secretaries provide information on the registration of FIRs, the status of the investigation, arrests made and charge sheets filed. The bench said the centre's assistance was needed to find the truth on claims made in pleas filed by Bangalore Archbishop Peter Machado and the National Solidarity Forum. The pleas alleged that there was targeted violence against Christians by right-wing organizations. The petitioners sought an investigation by special investigation teams and the registration of cases against the accused. The bench said it was not assuming the allegations were true and would wait for the verification reports. Appearing for the centre, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta alleged that the data furnished by the petitioners were self-serving and according to the petitioner the most peaceful state was West Bengal. Mehta said that the affidavit filed last month was prepared after contacting chief secretaries of respective states. Petitioners and the nature of the crime. Archbishop of Bangalore Diocese Dr. Peter Machado along with the National Solidarity Forum and the Evangelical Fellowship of India are the petitioners in this case. According to the petition, the present PIL has been filed against the sinister phenomena of violence and targeted hate speech against the Christian community of the country by vigilante groups and members of Hindutva right-wing organizations. It submits that such violence has been rising owing to the failure of the state machinery to protect its own citizens. The petition argues that there is a failure by the central and state governments and other state machineries in taking immediate and necessary actions against groups that have caused widespread violence and hate speech against the Christian community, including attacks at their places of worship and other institutions run by them. On a previous occasion, the Apex Court had explained that it will not get into the inquiry of individual cases. It noted that the judgment in Tehseen Poonawalla v. Union of India, wherein the Apex Court had issued a slew of directions regarding mob violence and lynching, already being in place, in the present proceedings the court merely has to see if the framework is being followed by the state government. As the bench was inclined to issue notice, Solicitor General, Mr. Tushar Mehta sought permission to file a reply. He beseeched the bench to consider his response before issuing notice in the matter.
What happened in court? 700 instances of violence between 2021-2022. Senior advocate, Mr. Colin Gonsalves, appearing on behalf of the petitioner, submitted that though a clean chit has been given by the centre to the police officials in their affidavit, it is in stark contrast to the data provided in the plea and response filed by the petitioner. Relying on the same, he argued that police have acted in connivance with the perpetrators in almost all instances of violence put forth by the petitioner. Regarding the authenticity of the data, he emphasized that the same has been compiled by interviewing the family members of the victim. Renouncing the allegation of false accusation raised by the centre, Mr. Gonsalves averred that the data provided in the plea is not collated by Christian institutions but by independent human rights organizations. Justice Chandrachud asked him, have FIRs been filed in all these cases? Mr. Gonsalves responded, non-cognizable FIR is filed in these cases and in a couple of hours the perpetrators are released. He added that while the law enforcement agencies could manage to arrest only 23 perpetrators, they had arrested 510 pastors. 505 instances in 2021, about 200 odd this year. So 700 cases. This year has been as active as last year. 510 pastors were arrested and perpetrators 23. Justice Chandrachud said, when they point out facts that warrant our further scrutiny, then we have to conduct an exercise to verify. Let there be an overall verification in some selected states and give us the report. Then we can separate the grain from the chaff and see which cases require our interference. Mr. Mehta responded that information was collected from the concerned authorities. We cannot make such affidavits sitting in our office. It is from information by concerned authorities. The petition has sought the setting up of special investigation teams with officers from outside the states where the incidents set out to register PERS, conduct criminal investigations and prosecute.
Not sparing Christmas in 2021 and 2022, the attacks were rising. Gathering for services in certain states became a nightmare. There is enough documented evidence of the violence and action needs to be taken against the perpetrators. Christians unite for candlelight prayers for peace. On the call given by the Masihi Mahasabha (MMS), Christians from various denominations, including the Roman Catholic Church, the Church of North India (CNI), the Salvation Army, and the Methodist Church, united under the banner of the MMS, holding a candlelight prayer service at their respective churches to pray for peace and harmony following the attack on a church here on Saturday.